Hello. Okay, so we're up. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hello, everybody. Everybody. Oh my goodness, you guys, I have been on MIA for a while. Thank you for joining. Oh my God, Carter, thank you. Emmanuel, thank you so much. Michael, the OGs. For some reason, I'm very nervous all of a sudden. So thank you for joining still. I've been rusty, a bit rusty. So bear with me. I'm trying to get things setting up right now. All right, so um, let's see what's going on. How's everyone's doing? I am trying to set things up here. I know a lot is happening since I've been going. Hi, what's up? Wow, it's been a while. I know. Sorry, you guys. I've been kind of taking a break from work, from life in general. But it's all good. It's all good. I've been in a vacation for a while. So that's why I was like, kind of like, we have Moran's, talking about GameStop all the time. And I've been following him all this time. So I've been here this whole time. I've not been leaving anywhere. So I just uh, appreciate, the, the love and support here. So, but anyway, I'm back. I'm back. I'm not quite sure how long I'm going to do this one. But how's everyone doing though? Let me eat something real quick. Be right back. Sorry, I have an apple over here. I don't want to chew on anyone ear over here. All right. So let me shake it. Shake it, shake it, shake it. For some reason, I'm so nervous all of a sudden. So I need to get back on the groove. I'm always like this when I'm talking to public audience or anything, right? Like, even though it's small and you know, it's always like this very anxious person. Okay, so let's talk about happy Sunday. Yeah, a Saturday. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Yes, it is Saturday morning. Um 11 o'clock right here in California. So, let's see. What's going on? I mean, I've been monitoring the price of GME, obviously. Everybody's looking at the price point. They don't really care about the fundamental too much. Now, I've been in this company for a while, and so the price point is just like fluctuating. It's like, okay, today it's like, what? Is this exciting? You know, I mean, in the world of crypto, right? I came from the world of crypto, and so this is not, I'm not saying we're doing great here in price action, but I'm just saying the percentage increase really doesn't matter in the short term here. Now I've been accumulating ever since I've been gone, so I have not been, what is it? I have not been not paying attention to this particular company, obviously. Um, Now I've accumulated to the point where I'm at a break even right now due to my early moon back, so to speak, right? And so fortunately I've come to the point where I'm breaking even right now. But of course I'm gonna continue to accumulate more and more as time goes on. Now, my price point, obviously, I had my strategy here. Let me just remind everybody here, real quick. Going back to what my plan for this particular company and to increase my holding in this one. So, of course, I have my moon back. At a certain point of shares, I don't want to reveal too much because, like, it's pretty substantial now. If Jimmy goes to this price point, obviously I'll be set. I'll be okay, and that's the goal here. Now, my thought too is that I don't think it's gonna be anytime soon. Now, don't be discouraged. I'm not mad if it happens before that. So, I mean, the S&P 500 for sure, the dividend, the fundamental improvement, which we already have this one already in the back. So I'm not very worried about that at all. And then this particular price range over here, I mean, what is it? Profit, the amount of profit that we would be able to capture, due to the new and improved way of making money for this company, right? I mean, the PSA credit card services that we are getting into, that's pretty good already. I'm not a card collector, so I don't know what this particular venture is like, in terms of like going into the space. But if Ryan Cohen think it's great space to go into, and not only going to in terms of buying and selling, trading, but also offer the service to create the cards as well. So it seems like we are fully kind of integrating into that already. So that's a good. I mean, to me, that's a pretty kind of exciting space to get into, right? Much like the NFT marketplace, and I'm gonna kind of touch on that a little bit later on too. I really think that we have been coming a long way in terms of people bashing this company and all that stuff. So we're improving, the fundamental has been great. And then this one is price to book. To me, anything less than 10 times price book, to me, it's a good buy, right? So I have a plan here. Anything under 50, I'll buy at the same rate. And anything between 50 and to $100 a share at this price point. I'm not at this particular junction. It used to be a little bit lower because our shareholder equity wasn't uh, didn't increase due to the share dilution and all that stuff, and so that's why now, because we have more money in the bank, I am willing to continue to add to that position, but at a slower rate, right? Because anything above 5 times book, it's a bit steep for my own understanding here. And anything above 100, I'm not gonna buy anymore. I'm just waiting to see at least if it dips below $100 at some point. Of course, I'm gonna add some more, right? Now, as far as the moonback goes, this is the shares that I'm willing to hold forever until the end of time. No, well, I mean, until my thesis is correct, right? I reserve my right to change my mind later on. But until that happens, of course, this is the long term back that I have. I've always had that mindset here. Um. Anyway, so with that strategy, kind of reminding people. Now, this is my old video that I had, kind of explaining to people dilution is not necessarily bad for the existing shareholder, okay? Because I know in the temporary terms, let me try to explain it one more time here. yes, whenever you hear about dilution, right, it's such a bad thing. Oh my God, now he's diluting again. There's a possibility that, Ryan Cohen might dilute again, a large possibility. If that's happened, okay, great, as long as you're not selling off your share or buying into the company at the top, right? Hopefully, you're not FOMOing in at $80 thinking it's going to go to 1,000 tomorrow. And so be careful on that, okay? Now, when he dilutes, yes, a portion that you own before, and this is Roaring Kitty portfolio. This is the 5 million shares, okay? Of course, the speculation is he might increase his holding. There might be a YOLO update anytime, right? Hopefully, right? But if he posts a YOLO update and it's double his holding again, that would be it's over, right? The play has already been over for 3 years. We've been right about this company for 3 years, you guys. So, but anyway, so anytime after dilution, he owned less of the company, but that less of the company, that 1%, like ever so slightly different, right? In the respect of 5 million share here. And so, of course, the price range is a little bit kind of off. I know, this is just me calculating based on what I see on his YOLO update way, 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 way back. But the whole point here is that the percentage of ownership for the company when Brian Cohen dilute is less. However, that 1% give you much more money in terms of money because the shareholder equity become more valuable, okay, if you don't sell. Again, depends on what price you get into, right? And so it's worth kind of examine how much you're willing to pay per share, okay? So that's the matter of perspective here. If you got in when it was $10, buying little at a time and not breaking your bank account, that usually is the best way to go about building a position slowly, right? I make a mistake of going in when it was like 40, right? Again, thank goodness I didn't do it all at once. Oh no, actually $60 a share, and then I trim it off down to 42 dollar cost average back then, and now it's down to 27 or so. So ballpark here because I do have a lot of share in so many different accounts. I can't keep track sometimes. But as far as my moonback go, that moonback I have not add into that particular pile because that's my forever thing. If you were to look at the brokerage account that I have in that particular one, it's $42 a share. So just a transparency thing here. But if you look at my other account, my cost average is $18. So if you do the average, it comes about to $27 or so. So technically, I'm breaking even right now. If I were to withdraw everything that I have in GME right now, it would be breaking even. So, but I'm not here to break even, right? I'm here to build a substantial amount of shares of the company that I think from here on out it's pretty good. Pretty good. Hey, Lino, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. Hopefully you're doing well. Okay. By a while, I mean like a week ago. Hopefully you're doing well. How's everything? How's everything? Type in here. Okay. All right. So let's see. Got distracted a little bit here. Okay, so let's talk about the option chain. Obviously, I've been kind of following this. A couple days ago, it was actually more for this particular week, the 15. It's already ended, but it used to be 100,000 call option in the money, but perhaps because of the drop, a price drop at the end of the trading day yesterday, it kind of like shaved some of the contract off. Perhaps people were taking profits and on call options and all that stuff. I did have a couple call options leading up to this, so I took a profit. I took profit off when it was like $25, but that was my call option only. As far as shares in my trading account, I did trim some off in that particular account um, because I wanted to get into XRP again. So, as you know, if you've listened to me in the past, I am, kind of, my background is in cryptocurrency, right? So, there's some things good happening in XRP world. It's been suppressed for a while. I think this is the enthusiastic nature of human behavior, right? Anytime when it's boring, you want to accumulate. You don't want to FOMO into, and this is true for anything that you invest in, right? And from what I'm learning myself here, anytime, look at this price. Even, okay, let me go back to GME real quick because people might fall asleep. You see this price point right here? When this price point is happening, you see a lot of negativity about GameStop pouring in. And if you watch Moran shows, every single day you see people, oh, you're wrong. This is the cult, right? This is a documentary, Jim Janning or whatever his face is. Such a missed opportunity, by the way. Moran's has been, uh, you know, uh, doing the interview with him like years ago, and the missed opportunity is this: this particular uh, documentary person maker has should have the ability to at least expose some of this private equity angle, right? Perhaps, I don't know if they get paid by this people. I mean, I'm willing to speculate that, but of course, it's all speculation here. Um, but it seems like anytime the price range is where you should be buying, you see a lot of negative press. Oh, it's just a cult. It's this and that. Or you're wrong. Look, it's going to go to $10 a shares if you don't sell now. Like at this price point right here, right? It's like, oh my God, the documentary. You are like, again, that's the pattern that I see. And usually when that happens, I'm so happy to buy GameStop at this price, right? Because I know that it's at some point they're gonna have to give something. Gotta give, right? I mean, the fundamental is doing better. Why wouldn't you not buy this price? And to me, it's a no brainer here. Of course, this fluctuation here is to get you to be so emotional about your investment, and this is why if the documentary telling you that you are part of a cult, which is ridiculous to think about, right? Really, all I'm trying to do is, increase a uh, position in an investment that I think is going to do better in the future, and that's a cult. How about Warren Buffett? He's been buying. I'm not saying he's buying GameStop here. He should, but I'm saying like any other investment that he has, it's always long term. So is he part of the cult here too? Like what's happening? So why is it that only GME investor is part of a cult? And so these type of rhetoric is still running true till this day. Like people who are not, at least perhaps again, they don't know what the backstory is. All they're knowing is what the media is telling them to think. And so this is why I think it's such a great opportunity to still be in GME because of that particular sentiment at this price point right here. And again, they could still uh, push it down. I'm not saying that they don't have the ability to do that. Um, you know, like anything below this, you could see what happened over here, right? Can you imagine at this particular junction, if they bring the price down to even $22 or $25, people will buy. I mean, you see the price action, how much violent it was back here. You see this? Like they try to push it down so much and then boom, right? This is what happened when you try to suppress something. Okay. And again, pattern, right? I see a lot of people drawing this, the similarity here. So let me try to. I'm sure if you invest in this company and watch this price chart, you've seen it a million times already. But let me draw it for you. See this gap? There's no reason to bring the price down this much because they want to scare people. And guess what? They scare more people out. And this is when they have the documentary coming in to try to say, hey, you're wrong, you know, da 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 da. And you know this. The people who invest in this company, you know this. And guess what? When they drop the price, what happened? More documentary about how terrible this company is, how terrible Ryan Cohen is, how terrible, oh, he's never profitable, whatever the F that they're trying to say. But again, why? Have you ever asked yourself why? Because they don't want you to own it when it's cheap. This is a playbook that they have done many years. And yes, retail used to be so emotional and they would sell, you know, they would sell. And usually traders are the ones that are losing out on the particular run, this one, right? Because they think, okay, they're gonna, let's see, at this junction, I bet you anything, people were buying put, thinking, oh, it's coming down. And so the price action goes up this way. You know, again, this is a battle of institution. It's not just retail here. Like the long institution and the short institution, okay? And so to me, longs are winning right now, in my opinion. I love the cat. Okay. Okay. Is he going to help us Monday? I have no idea. You know, there's a lot of speculation. I'm only, you know, I don't know. I mean, back here, you just, okay, let me draw this similarity. And a sidetrack. Talking about the cat, right? Roaring Kitty. So at this junction, they drop the price and then they scare more people. Okay? At this junction, they drop the price and scare more people. Okay? Well, it seems like they are unable to drop it as low as this one, right? Because again, we don't have the fundamental to back it up. And so when the price goes back the other way, this way, this is when Rowan Kitty tweet right here around this time. The first tweet that the media went wild about. Okay, so it's pretty prime. You know, if you would again tweet again, put out a more, you know, I don't know, again memes. I don't know, or just a winky face. It's gonna push this stock up substantially. So again, I'm ready for that as well. If that's the case, you might not be able to buy more, you guys. I just got paid yesterday. Oh no, just got paid yesterday. Sorry. I got paid a couple of days ago. I already put in what I had in my arsenal, you know, to get more. But I feel like, you know, at this point in my share accumulation is pretty good. Pretty substantial position here. So I'm okay. I'm okay not to have more shares. At this price point, yes, it's still a good price point to be. Now, I am trying to time this particular run I know it's enticing to buy call option here, um, but I would not advocate for that. It's very risky. Even the premium is so high at this price point. And this is another thing too. Okay, let me go back here. Okay, so option chain, yes, premium went wild. It's like the IV was like 180 or something like that at some point, certain price point. And so I did take some profit off of the call option. Currently, I don't have any call option anymore. I did have long dated covered call, but the price point, it's like in the 50s. So yes, a bit regretful that I did that, but hey, I took the premium and buy more shares with it. So, but again, these are my playback here. Nothing to do with my moon back, so I'm okay with playing with those particular shares. If those shares get recalled, of course, okay, all right, I'll sell at 50 for that particular one. But nothing to, it's like missing out on anything, not at all. Because I think long term, it's gonna be, I'm gonna be able to accumulate even more as time goes on. Hopefully, I'm able to increase my income, right? So that's one thing. Not worry about it at all. What I wanted to see, okay, right here. Max Payne, it used to be a week ago was $21 a share, so it's increasing higher. So that's encouraging because at least people are betting the price up. It's well above Max Payne right now, so my thought is that they might try to bring it down to that particular price point right there. Now let's see the next week chain here. Again, this is market maker, right? Because they have the ability to do that. So just be careful if you want to do that, right? To buy call options or do whatever, right? To me, this IV is too high for me to buy, and so um, that's why sell and call. I'm not advocating for you to do that. Okay, so be careful if you want to play option. This is how you have to kind of like keep in mind here. Max pain, it just means that this is the maximum pain for retail for whoever got the option buyer, okay? For option buyer to lose the maximum of money if the price comes down to $23. And famously, market maker has the ability to bring it down to $23. Sorry. Sorry, I'm eating right now. Sorry. Very hungry. Oh, hi, Marantz. What's up? Thank you for tuning in on the OG. I know I haven't been uh, um, making video. No motivation, Marantz. I don't know how you get the motivation to do what you do. Hands up for you. And happy birthday for yesterday, too. I was watching the shows. So very, very happy to see you happy again. Okay, show some love to Marantz, you guys. But anyway, so yeah, Max Payne is a very important price point for investor only. Also, because you might have the ability to add more at $23 or 25, right? So again, depends on how much uh, liquidity they have to bring the price down. Depends on how much money they're able to kind of bring those price down. And so it's all about liquidity here, you guys. So it's nothing to do with the fundamental of the company whatsoever. And if you watch Marantz, it's all about private equity too. How much money are they willing to spend on shorting a certain things? But eventually they're gonna have to turn back long again, right? They're gonna have to buy this share at some point. They just either they don't have the money to buy the share right now, or they just want to wait as long as possible to see how many people are willing to sell. Okay, so, and again, this is why, the theory of MOAS exists, is because we don't know how many shares they've been selling to us, to retail. All we know is that, okay, if the price is low enough and it makes sense to you, you buy into it and then you hold, hoping for the company to do something for your investment, right? So, let me see. Okay, so back to my thought here. My thought here is that 25 is pretty good support level to try to look into. Of course, at 25, I might be able to freeze some of my XRP. I had a pretty substantial amount. I might kind of add a substantial amount. Hopefully, right? If XRP by that time go higher than this, I might be able to do. Ooh, yummy, right? Yummy. But again, I'm looking at this level here. Hopefully, Rowan Kitty, don't tweet yet, please. Please, just wait for me. Just wait for me. Nah, I mean, if he tweets, yes, great. If it doesn't, I mean, what if this time he doesn't tweet? What will the media say? I wonder, And so I think he's gonna tweet, you guys. I have a feeling he's gonna tweet. People, it's gonna go wild again. People are gonna be like, "Oh my God, buy at $100," and then they're gonna be like, "Okay, coming back, crashing." And then people are like, "Oh, why haven't I buy into this?" And then people FOMO into it again. So, but anyway, human nature is, you guys, and understand this. And people who are not understanding what this company is doing, they're not going to understand what the market structure is. And just like this price point right here, right? If you look at this particular run right here, people were like, "Buy now! Oh my God, to the moon!" And then when it crashed down, what happened? This company is a piece of shit. It doesn't have any this and that, right? Okay. And now when the price is so low that it's like stupid not to buy, people are like, "Oh my God, it's going down to 10." Understand the psychology, and you might be able to kind of take advantage of this human emotion here. Okay. So people who've been, and this is why Warren Buffett wins, right? Because he's long-term minded. Okay. And this is how you win this game. Anyway, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm kind of like stuffy too. I've been stuffy. My nose has been stuffy for a week now. I'm hoping I'm not, sick or anything. There's no fever, but I feel like the weather is just taking me down right now. So I actually wanted to record not yesterday, last week, but I couldn't even talk. So today was the day. It's like, okay, I'm getting better. But yeah, I didn't test for anything. So okay, sorry, my bad. Talking about myself again. Okay, what else? What else? So what's to expect Monday? I If the SPY, which I feel like the SPY is ready to roll, just like what Marantz was saying last night. I was like, okay, let me see SPY real quick. You see this thing? Yeah, it's getting to the point where they might not be able to, you know, bring the market up again, because it reached $600 a share for this particular index fund. This is the S&P 500, and so the top 500 company is falling. Okay, so we might come down with it, on Monday if the fear of the S&P 500 coming down substantially more. I don't know how far it's going to go down to, but my point is if it goes down in a short period of time, people are going to panic, okay? And I'm sure the sell off towards the end of the day for the GameStop was due to the SPY coming down as well. So just be prepared, you guys, for anything. Anything could happen. Like I said, when the fear set in, people are gonna fear selling this thing as well. And to me, that's the opportunity of a lifetime. If you ever see GME coming back down to this price range right here, like 18, yeah, that's the opportunity. I'm waiting for that as well. Hopefully, if it ever comes down to sub 20 again, oh my goodness. This is when people are like, I'm selling my house. I'm taking a mortgage out. No, I don't advocate that. Don't do that, please. But yes, and this is what's happening with people who are buying more GME. They're looking for this. And you think institution don't look at this and see that that was the opportunity of a lifetime right here? Back here. This is where they accumulate, you guys. You just saw the filing, right? They were accumulating. And this is why you see the price coming down so that they could accumulate. You know, they have the ability to do that. So meanwhile, you have, people short and distorting this thing so that they could accumulate right here. And then just to kind of skyrocket it back up at moment's notice. And then meantime, they tell retail to sell. Okay? So this is the trick. Trick is if you scare people bad enough, and yes, retail traditionally we don't have the ability to wait sometimes, right? If we don't have the patience to wait sometimes due to whatever, sickness or inflation, you need the money for something. And this is why it's so important to only invest with the money that you can afford to wait for a while at least. The famous saying is that invest only what you could afford to lose. And so it's the trick. Doesn't matter how long it takes, you just do it slowly. So that you don't kind of like your regular bill is paid, your everything, your life doesn't change dramatically if you were to lose that investment. Okay. So yes, my risk appetite is pretty high because that's why I went kind of majority of my position is in GME. Of course, I have a little bit more. Not a little more. I have a portion that I have for crypto as well. So, but that portion is not nearly as much as I have in GameStop. So, but to me, GameStop is a pretty good investment for the long term. So, again, depends on who you ask, right? I've talked to people who vehemently disagree with what I think about this particular company. And so, yeah, I respect that opinion. If you think that this company is not doing anything, okay, we'll sit and watch the show and enjoy it, right? And so, if you feel the need to tell people how people are stupid buying into this company, okay, if that makes you feel better about yourself, then do it. No harm, no foul. But to me, again, there's a reason why a lot of people are buying into this company, not because of the story that Roaring Kitty is telling you. Roaring Kitty is the greatest not investor. Both, right? Both. He's the greatest trader of all time, hands down. Volatility trader of all time, right? Because he's taken advantage of the ivy on the option chain, and he knows exactly when to strike. And so, with the knowledge that he have, with the availability of information now that he has, I'm sure he's lethal, right? In this in this particular stock, anyway. And so, I mean, maybe he's gonna own the whole freaking company one day, and and then people are gonna be like, "How is he able to do this?" So, if anyone want to copy him, well, good luck. Hopefully, you successful at it. But I'm just like Miranda said, I'm just a fish in the sea. You know, a drop in the bucket here, and just enjoying the show. And so, but I'm glad. I'm glad that I'm here. I'm able to kind of see what this company is like in the beginning, and I really think that it's still very early right now, to be in this particular company. I mean, they're trying to achieve something that no one believed that they could achieve. They already done it. They've done it 3 years ago, and we just didn't know it, right? They've done it around here. You know why? Why I think they've done it? But because when they dilute, what did they use that money to do? They do it. They spend money in order to better themselves 3 years from now, right? Back then, right here. Instead of expanding, what did they do? They pay off debt. Instead of expanding, what did they do? They trim off some, expenses, stores or whatever, right? And everybody is telling them, "Oh, you're stupid for doing that. You should have, you know, spend your time, uh, you know, improving the revenue. Right? You should be increasing revenue doing that." It's like as if, duh, every business want to do that. But guess what? Had they done that, it would have cost shareholder much more money. So my point is, you have a leadership that really have the foresight to see that. 3 years ago, again, had Jimmy not paying off debt, we would have still um, have been liable for what, $50 million a year just for interest alone. So let's go back to that one. Let's revisit the balance sheet here real quick. So back in, oh, it's not going far enough, you guys. Sorry, I'm cheap. I don't buy it. I don't buy the premium. So hold on. Actually, let me. Okay, this is trailing 12. Yeah, this is as far as it goes, you guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you have the ability to look back into that point in time when we used to pay interest to people, we are not paying interest to people. Hold on. Let me. It might be over here. Okay, okay. This is 2029. 2019, actually. Okay. So let's look at operation expenses. This is my old spreadsheet, you guys. This is just pulling off the data from the same one. Sorry, expenses right here. So this is interest expenses. So see, even over here, quarters by quarter, I know this is much better because this is the ring Ryan Cohen coming in as a chairman and then CEO later, right? So we used to pay interest to someone, right? But now we don't have to. Okay, so now we make money. The negative is actually receiving money, income actually, and so this is the incremental change that people don't really want to actually giving credit to the leadership here. Um, paying off debt is actually good for the company, but for some reason we are so I don't know, like the big companies out there has been kind of indoctrinating people to say, oh, debt is good, right? I'm not saying debt is bad, but at some point, yes, we're gonna load on debt when it makes sense, right? When the interest rate is like 2%, right? At that point, okay, yeah, we can expand, but I don't think Ryan Cohen is going to do that because we just suffered the tide with the big banks out there already, right? A couple of months ago. So I don't think he planned to even take on debt. We're just going to finance ourselves, making our own money, and eventually maybe become our own bank too, right? I mean, it's possible. Um, so, and become our own insurance company, become our own whatever. And I'm sure everything that Ryan Cohen do, a lot of retail investors gonna jump in. Like, again, this is important as well. That leadership is going to do the right thing every time. And so this is the type of leadership that you want to be, not the type that just speak and then, I mean, loudmouth and then doesn't deliver anything, right? And then blame it on everybody, blame it on pandemic, blame it on, oh, we didn't have the money, this and that, right? Every time they raise money, they spend it elsewhere. Minecraft or whatever, Minecraft. Gold mine that doesn't gold. You know what I'm talking about here. But yeah, so if you juxtapose the leadership between those type of companies versus Ryan Cohen leadership, or GameStop leadership in general, I'm not just saying just Ryan Cohen here. Obviously, he's important in decision making and execution and whatnot. But the whole board of director here as well, I'm sure they contribute quite a bit. Yeah, I'm ranting. I just feel like people don't give enough credit to Ryan Cohen as a leadership. Again, they know that he's successful, and this is why they attack him on that. People who want you to, to say, to believe a certain thing about certain people. Again, character assassination is very effective when it comes to trying to shake you off of this company, right? They don't want you to buy this company because they know it's actually more valuable than anything you've ever known in your entire market here. Now, again, I'm not saying, you know, at the current state of the company, of course, we have a long way to go here in terms of the fundamental. We are improving quite fast. If you listen to Peter Lynch, it takes 2 to 3 years to turn around a company, and so we did it. We did it in that time frame, and on top of that, in the environment that no one should be able to, right? And yes, shareholders has been kind of supporting this company as well. I'm not knocking that because people are fanatic at this. I bought an earphone. I bought Jimmy product. Those type of things really matter. Really matter. So yes, and now they have this product line. Raptor 8. I've seen a lot of review on those. If you want to kind of look into it, it's a pretty product oriented company now where we have more profit margin and all that stuff, so those are important as well. Incremental change, again, you guys, this is what matters. Now, as far as the option chain go, I mean, this is traders, people. Okay, people are trading this thing, and yes, they put the price up, they put the price down due to the option chain. And because nobody is willing to sell these shares, okay, option is usually what moves the stock. Okay, this is why you see the violence of price action. The minute that people are taking profit on the call option side, you see the price drop substantially. it's not because of the fundamental of the company is doing terrible, right? The same way, if GME goes to $100 share tomorrow, has nothing to do with the fundamental, right? Has everything to do with the fact that GME doesn't trade usually because we don't sell. Nobody's willing to sell the shares. And so, how do I know that? Well, look at the volume. Look at the volume. So, and I've been monitoring this company for a while. Look at the volume. Hardly anything. This is nothing. What? 2%? Less than 2% shares being traded back and forth? And so I don't know how these people kind of not understand what is going on. But again, newcomers coming in, people think that they're gonna make $1 billion just like Roy and Kitty. You can't. You might be able to. You might be, right? But if you don't know when to take profit, if you don't know when to sell your call and convert it into shares, just like Roy and Kitty did, you might lose out as well. So I think, this is a dangerous game. If you want to gamble on call, sure. I mean, I've done it, but I also know that I could lose that whole amount that I put in eventually. But anyway, I'm ranting right now. Let's see. So okay, so let's talk about the crypto market real quick. I know most people really not aware what's happening in the crypto market. Now, my background was from crypto, so naturally I am going to talk about it a little bit. But again, briefly, right? Ever since Trump has been elected to be our president, full disclosure, I'm not affiliated with any particular party, but I did vote for Trump this time because I feel like, anyway, my own political view here. I like Bobby Kennedy coming in and Tulsi Gabbard. Those two was the one that swayed my vote for this time. Anyway, just brief. But anyway, so because I feel like Trump is going to be good for the market, and also for the crypto market as well. So it's a bit selfish in this particular vote for me. I mean, I fully admit that. But the main point is that I think Robert Kennedy and Tulsi Gabbard is a pretty genuine, good people trying to do the best for the country here. I mean, Donald Trump, I feel like it's a bit touchy for me to talk about it too. I'm sure he's thinking, he's trying to make America's great again. I mean, come on, it's in his slogan, right? But so remain to be seen. Remain to be seen. Hold on, let me see. Reject. Why do you want cookies following you? Anyway, so let me talk about XRP. Yes, XRP has been suppressed for a while. And it now becoming waking up from the dead, right? And so this coin, again, Jay Clayton was the one that suppressed it. He was the one that starts the lawsuit against XRP. And not only that, he went back when he resigned or when he stepped down as the SEC chairman. He went to the Ethereum Foundation or worked for a company that, digital asset or whatever. And so naturally, there are some competitor here between XRP and Ethereum because at the time, XRP was about to take over Ethereum because it's cost so much to use Ethereum network at the time, and it's still to this day too. I think it still costs a lot to build anything off of Ethereum nowadays. So that's why we have layer 2, right? Layer 1 is Ethereum. Sorry. And then layer 2 is what Loopring. Remember Loopring, you guys? I don't know if you remember loop ring. So this is related to GameStop a little bit here. So bear with me. Sorry, you guys, my nose is killing me. Loop ring, right here. So loop ring has been doing well as well. Of course, like if Bitcoin goes up, every other coin's gonna follow. So just be aware if you want to invest in this. It's pretty wild. Okay, one minute it could be up 100% and then down another 10 in one day. So be careful. Now I do have a lot of loop as well for the long term here. My thought is that loop is going to do very well. The reason being is that the whole supply of the market has already been in circulation. So there's hardly any more total supply. Now the maximum supply, it doesn't say here for some reason. I thought the maximum is not far from what the circulation is. So unless they make something different nowadays, I have not been following what Loopring has been doing, but Loopring was partnered up with the NFT marketplace for GameStop. Okay, and so that platform that we had was running on Loopring. This is layer 2, cheaper to use on the Ethereum network, and you could trade, you could whatever. So in theory, if cryptocurrency doing well and it become legitimized in the market, which is what Trump is kind of alluding to, and this is why you see all the buzz again coming in. NFT marketplace could come back technically to the market because they just put it on hold because of the regulatory clarity issue that we have. And I've always had that thought, right? If it's not this year, it's going to be the next 10 years or so. And the fact that we already have that platform built, we're already ahead of the game already, right? All we have to do is just switch it, right? Turn on the switch and let's go, right? So it's coming, you know. Oh my goodness. Sorry, you guys. In my opinion, you know, when you see market cap of $3 trillion, and this is the whole crypto market here, okay? You don't ignore that. You do not ignore this. So big money is there already, and you know that they're gonna pump it up. They're gonna do everything they can to pump their back, right? And of course, yes, all tides lift all boats here. I'm not saying crypto is the thing. I'm saying that some crypto will win out, and I think the legitimacy of utility-based cryptocurrency is gonna win over the long term, because eventually all the scammers gonna have to be kicked out of the space, and then, you know, if it's being regulated, people are gonna be getting in trouble for scamming people. Okay, theoretically, okay. So, Carter, the problem I see with XRP is that all of the big banks are creating their own system to transfer. That's true. That's true. I mean, that's the okay. That was the old sentiment way of thinking about XRP, right? The old way of thinking, and I think there is, if you want this space to grow and even benefiting, you know, Loopring, eventually benefiting GameStop as well, you need those big money to come in. Yes, they will use it to benefit themselves, but it's also benefiting, hopefully, right, if they do it well, the customer end as well, right? Eventually, you will be able to send money cheaper, and if they build those rail, XRP is for the banks, right? But there's also a rail for retail to get into as well. It's called XLM. I don't know if you are familiar with that, but they are building those to bring more people in into the space, right? And I think there is a utility, um, and that's why I'm in XRPs. I think it will be needed to build those rails. Uh, and so whether they build it for nefarious reason, um, I think they only build it to benefit themselves. I know that. But if you could kind of benefit from the transition, that's my whole thinking here too. But it's more than that. I think this industry is about transferring value from place to place at a faster pace than any. This is the technology, right? Cheaper, faster, and yes, it's trackable for sure. If you think that you're gonna use this to sell drugs or something like that, that's the dumbest thing ever because it's trackable. And so but yeah, that's like 10, 20 years from now. I think the ability for that is already happening. Cashless society is coming in for sure. But yeah, central bank digital currency has been talked about quite a bit, right? And XRP is at the center of that. Um, so, but if the US is smart enough, I feel like we could be the center of that, because we already have the dollar as the world reserve currency. It's natural that people would trust the US currency more than any other currency in the world. And so in essence, we're actually enhancing the US status in terms of natural. So yeah, I mean, it's been theorized that XRP is the new oil. So instead of oil, you buy XRP. You know. But anyway, again, speculation, right? Who knows? Who knows? If they even use that. So, but that's again my speculation. Back when I bought it at 15 cents to a coin. So now I wish I had more, obviously. So I'm slowly trying to build it more up again. So, but yeah, so the space is good for everyone, in my opinion, right? Including GameStop for sure. If GameStop could use that technology, again, we have the platform already. You know, it's a very easy shoe in for us if we want to kind of take that step. When the regulator are giving a green light, we're gonna come back up again, in my opinion, obviously. Now, with that, also, we could technically use this, and this is also another thing that I'm speculating about the trading cards that we have, right? Now, I had this opinion for a while. If you think about this, so me, what am I? Oh, it's up. Uh, Okay, so if we have the trading card already, um, that value at $100,000, right? Think about this, like millions of dollars. Who knows, right? This one, what's it? The $23,000 bounty, right? For certain things sticker. What if no one can own it to the point where it's so expensive and no one could own it? Technically, we could make an NFT on that so that people could own a portion of that. So theoretically, we could do that as a company. Um, and you have those micro transaction. Anytime people transact on NFT marketplace, GameStop NFT marketplace, you pay a portion we are the middleman here. So that's my speculation. The the growth aspect of it is still in the crypto space, you guys. So the fact that we have this collectible items already that people are going crazy about already, we could transition into that as well. So again, that's the future. If crypto become more legitimized, much stronger, and I think it's coming. It's sooner than later. Within 10 years or so, this space is going to be $10 trillion industry. And so if GameStop could capture like a portion, just 1% of that, come on, you guys. Like, this is why it's so big. You know, you don't need to capture trillions here. No, you just need 1% of that. And GameStop has the name, the brand, the backing, the leadership, okay, that is not afraid to try something new, okay. And so we have it all, you guys. We have it all. And so again, that's the gist of what I think is going to come for GameStop, as far as the NFT marketplace. And of course, the partnership with IMX, I'm sure it could be reestablished again. And so that is not a complete failure, as people are saying it was. I'm not willing to give that up yet. And I don't imagine that they scrap it completely. Now they have no idea what crypto is all about. No, of course not. Before they got into it, I'm sure they have done quite a bit of research. And now with the balance sheets that we have, oh my goodness, you see how much damage we could do. I mean, the talent that they would be able to accrue. You see how many tech jobs out there are laying off people like crazy, right? Some of those are the most talented people. And so naturally, with the balance sheets that we have, we could hire those people, for the best people for the job. So I'm not worried about it in a bit. So we need more sport cards. Okay, soccer, boxing. Okay, all right. Well, put in the complaint. Now, see, look, $1,000. Like, I wouldn't spend that money, to buy. Like, that's too much for me. But there are people who would spend this much. And if you're a pro member, look at the spread. Like, this is good for vendor as well, you guys. Like, it's not just regular people who buying into this. There are people who, oh, I know somebody would buy this from me at $1,500. And now, if they're membership at GameStop, they could get this over here and then sell it for a profit later. So value is here for the vendor, right? I mean, technically, I don't know. You guys figure it out. But PSA graded 10, But yeah, I'm not into this type of thing. So, but as we all know, they are offering services to grade cards, so that's a new revenue stream. And again, nobody talked about that. Like, remember when before we got into trading Pokemon cards, people were like, GameStop need to reinvent themselves. Okay. Yeah, duh. But how can you reinvent yourself when you're burning, so much money? Right. Too much stores around. So we need to fix that first. Then we do this. Right. And so, but yeah, I mean, the short thesis is dead long ago. But they still come back. Oh, you're just a cult. you're in a cult. Okay, what else? What else do you want to say? I'm actually very curious. When we make $250,000 or $250 million a year, what are they gonna say next? That, oh, that's not enough. Look. Okay, what else? Oh my God. Yes, here. $25,000 bounty. But yeah, so let's say let's say no one could own this one. Technically, GameStop could mint that on the blockchain and have people go crazy buying a piece of that art. Okay, so that's what NFT is all about. Non-fungible token, that you could own a piece of a property of some sort. Collectible is natural for GameStop to get into. The same way with the in-game, when we used to talk about in-game items that people could want to buy and trade and all that stuff. So it create an ecosystem that wins. So yeah, I mean, there's so much going on with this company that people are not thinking about the future. I'm not talking about right now. Right now, you have only certain amount of money in the bank, right? We only have a $5 billion in cash, you guys. It's not much. I mean, what can you do with $5 billion? Come on. Of course, I'm just joking, you guys. They could do a lot of damage with that. I mean, if you think $2 billion in cash is bad, wait until you see $5 billion in cash. How about $10 billion in cash? See how much, how long, and how fast they could accumulate. $10 billion at this junction. So let's count. Yeah, it's remain to be seen. I would venture that in 10 years they're gonna be a lot better at what they do, and it's gonna be one of the most valuable company in the entire world. Oh, I don't know. I'm just dreaming here, right? Hey, it could happen. It could happen. So let's see. I think that's all I have, you guys. I've been rambling for what, 2 hours? I mean, with this nose, I don't know. I might be, suffocate in a few minutes here if I don't stop here. But yeah, I hope you have a good day, good time. Appreciate all of you coming in to support the shows. I know I'm not as enthusiastic as this time, but maybe next time. Next time I'll be coming in, with boxing gloves like Mike Tyson's. Oh yeah, that's another thing. So let's see. You know what I like about GameStop here? Okay, just one last thing before I let you go. Okay, so let me get back here. Twitter. We still have Twitter for some reason. Okay, so GameStop. Okay, now they're very good at engagement. Very good at engagement. Because what I've noticed, not the stock itself, you guys, is that they would post like something that's very relevant culturally, that related to them some way, and they would bring people in to engage in their, X Twitter page. I hate to say X for some reason. It's like it doesn't sound right. But anyway, don't want to disrespect Elon Musk here. He might deplatform me. Who knows? um, right here. So they know that this is pretty popular. Right? People are talking about it. There's a lot of people want to watch these two fight, whatever. And there you go. They are, kind of draw them in more audience, and then they also kind of they promote their own product as well. Sure, they have this game right here. I don't, okay, very good at social engagement, and this is what leadership is all about, right? Um, they're good at what they do. They're good at selling product um, at the lower cost too. So this is good for profit, good for shareholder, good for the company. Mm-hmm. Yes. Um, People collect PSA card in the same manner they collect art piece. Of course, of course. I mean, I've seen a lot of like people, Pokemon. Like I never understand it, but people would spend $100 a pack or something just to chase those particular artwork. I'm like, this card worth $10,000. I'm like, what? Why would anyone, pay for that? But if you are a collector, if you love those type of artwork and you have the means to do so, of course you would collect those, right? And put it in your binder or whatever, right? So there is, look at this. So I don't know, I don't know how much people pay for those, but I've seen, channel after channel. Um, but yeah, so they chase those cards, those good one. I'm not well versed on those, so I apologize if I'm talking nonsense here. But people take this seriously, you guys. It's not a hobby that just, oh, it's just a Pokemon. Oh, it's just a magic, you know, like kids play here. This is generational. See? And if people use those good one, I'm sure this is a good one where people, oh, it's, I think just music here. But yeah, so when they find good cards, what do? They go to they go to GameStop and get those graded. And who's going to be benefited from that? GameStop. So there's an ecosystem here that leadership has been trying to build. There's a culture behind this. Yeah, I think they're tapping into something big here. So nothing to scoff at for sure. And yeah, all the naysayers could say whatever they need to say, so that they could feel better about themselves hating on GameStop. Uh, so I guess he got two good ones. Um, and this one, I'm sure people have seen this one already. It's just going through the process of grading cards and all that stuff. Very informative. Um, this is the PSA, sorry, PS5 Pro. People going by crazy. And yeah, physical game is here to stay, you guys. And people, because of these type of thing, people are going back to physical media. Okay, see, retweet to scare Sony. Like they know that there are a bunch of people who hate digital downloads. Okay, hate it because they could lose that game anytime. Um, so physical gaming is still in demand. Pre-owned. This is the retro game. Yeah, and this one as well, Game Boy. I remember that as a kid. Yeah, I mean this type of thing. Yes, it's a niche group of people who would, buy those things for their kids and all that stuff, and it's coming. I mean, it's remain to be seen how much money they're gonna bring in, but I'm willing to say that it's gonna be a substantial amount. Like people are not gonna know what's going on. It's like, why are they making $300 billion this year? That's not right. So, all right, guys. I'm gonna suffocate to death here. So if I don't stop now, anyway, thank you for joining, and I will see you when I see you. And I'm sure Moran's gonna get on live right after this. Okay, thank you. Bye.